What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome indeed. We're here to check out the brand new season of Torchlight Infinite, which is called BlackSail. So let's go ahead and get started. There's going to be kind of a newer player introduction to the game, but if you guys have played the game, the update is about 8 gigabytes. If you guys haven't downloaded the game, it's available on TapTap as well as over on Steam. So let's go ahead and create a brand new character. And if you guys want to download it, I'll put some links down below, as well as like maybe some of my previous videos. But let's go ahead and create a brand new character. Make sure you are playing on the new season. There are characters that you can create for like the older seasons if you want to create like more so like a legacy character. If you had a character from the previous season, that's where the characters go. So these are the character classes in the game. There's a little bit of an intro on each of the characters that you select, and if you're brand new to the game, each character has different like hero traits that you can unlock. So there's multiple variants of the Berserker. So the Rihan is the Berserker, but there's different versions of it. This one is just called Anger. This one is called the Seething Silhouette. This one I believe is also brand new. So as the game progresses, there will be multiple different variants of heroes that you can actually play. But we're here to play the new character. And her name's Erika, and we're gonna go ahead and let her intro play out because she's brand new to the season. And this is the character that I wanted to play as soon as I saw the game get announced way long ago. But she wasn't available for play at the start, but now she is. So some of the characters you can unlock by just progressing in the game in terms of like the different variants, but there's other ways to unlock them. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is Cat Eye Erika, the Wind Stalker. Let's get started. We're gonna create a brand new character. And go next, and we'll have to name our character. Alright. So let's hop in, we'll play it. I'll give you guys a brief little introduction to the game if it's your first time checking it out. I'll skip out on the cutscenes, but if you're watching this as kind of like a playthrough, maybe on another monitor, feel free to watch the cutscenes. I'm just here to kind of hop right into the gameplay. So you use the left mouse button to move. Your health is in the bottom left, and in the bottom right over here is the mana, which is something that you're required to use your skills. Earlier on, it won't be that much of a thing to manage, but later we're gonna have to reserve our mana. We got our first skill over here. We'll go ahead and equip it. So we have Thunder Slash, and what we're doing right now is we're putting Multi-Strike in. If you want to read everything, I'll move my face out of the way. It just modifies the skills. Basically, how it works is if you played a game like Path of Exile or other action RPGs that you modify skills, it will modify them in whichever way that it does, but it usually will have a higher mana cost. So right now, in terms of our skills, we use right click to attack, left click to move, and then Q is potion and mana. But we can even modify our potions in the game, which is quite cool. And there's also, I don't know what Erika's special ability is, we'll check that out. Because characters will have certain things that are only available for them. It won't tell me right now, I'll have to probably get into the like actual like starter area. We're in kind of the tutorial. So over on the top left, you'll see that there's a mini map. In order to determine where I need to go, I just follow where it's blinking in terms of a circle. But I believe they also updated the mini map, which is really cool. Now I can throw the mini map up here. I think this is a new update, so it's like right in the center of the screen. But I'll leave it in the top left for the play session. But that does help out. I wonder if we can change the opacity as well. Well, that's a lot of enemies. Whoa. That is an insane amount of enemies. Okay. I think this is part of the tutorial anyways. They want to show you what happens when you rip. Because that was pretty intense. There's a lot of projectiles right there to start. Oh, now we're doing like way more damage. I think we get powered up. I wonder if that's part of her like traits.
We never forgot the light.
Okay. We have to eliminate the last guy to move on. Oh yeah, our HP got way larger, I just noticed that. Oh, now we're dealing millions of damage, okay. So I think what happens is we get stronger and stronger. It's trying to give us that fantasy of the power. So I'm curious to see also the brand new league mechanic as well.
That'll only end in death.
All right.
Meet your destiny. I will take
We're hitting for so much damage right now. We're hitting the millions. But This is kind of like the starter area. We'll get back to doing small numbers very soon. Yeah, Erika attacks really fast. We got this dual blade setup here. I like that. Is it like the tutorial area?
I found you at last.
Okay, we can skip out on this cutscene. I just wanted to see like the zoom up of Erika, which is again the brand new cat girl. So here, do we have access to inventory yet? Okay, we'll get access to it soon. So in order to talk to the character, just hit the button. We're just gonna skip out on this. Oh, it's teaching us the inventory. Okay.
I'm sorry.
And then we'll also have, okay, so we have to head to the hideout. So if I want to, there's a quest log on the left over here. If I just click on it, it'll give me the exact path. So you'll never really get lost with this game for the most part. It's relatively straightforward, which is great. So we unlocked a new talent. Okay, so this is where the game becomes a lot more interesting. So it's telling us to go into the God of Might. So these are different talent panels, and this is where the game becomes a lot more complex, and this is where I really enjoy tinkering and seeing all of these things in the game. So I'm guessing the ones that are stars are probably the recommended ones, but feel free to go into the one that you want. And I would probably recommend for a beginner, see everything before you make your selection of what you want to go ahead and go into. Like, read all the different ones, or if you want to, you can basically respec earlier on for free, and then later down the line you will have to make more permanent choices. I believe it's at like level 70. But basically, what these do, these are smaller nodes here in the talent tree, and you'll see that some of them are just like plus damage in the very beginning, but the ones that actually really matter are more so towards the end. Like this one's giving us flat fizz damage, which can actually be pretty good. And on top of that, there are these extra bigger nodes that we can select, and these ones can modify our character to make it a lot different than other people's, same exact class in the same sort of skill tree. We get one to select from at 10 points in, and then at 20 points in, we get another one. Like this one over here, fueling, damage ignores enemy fire resistance. This could be absolutely huge if you wanted to do a character that's all about fire, right? And I don't know really what the best builds are. This game just came out. So what I would normally do is I would look at everything, because as seasons and the games do get updates, sometimes certain things may be better than others. And I don't want to sit here and read everything because this is a short little play session here, but I want to see if there's one for extra crit, because I believe how I wanted to build Erika was mostly based off of crit. There's agility blessings, so this is extra. Every stack gives us extra attack speed, cast speed, and movement speed, similar to, like, let's say a frenzy charge in Path of Exile, which is pretty good. And permanence seems like it's pretty good too. This one, rush, giving us extra movement speed and additional damage if I have moved. So this could be maybe good for a really fast build. I really like getting movement speed earlier on, so this is something that I would consider as well. I'm just gonna look at the 3 that they kind of gave us a little star next to. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out this one as well, and see if there's anything that has to do with like some sort of crit. Okay, 100% additional crit strike rating for the next main skill used every 2 seconds. So maybe this one will be something where we're gonna like power up a move. Crit strikes ignores armor. That seems pretty good. As I want to build crit, this is probably the one I want to go into, but we can make modifications earlier on if we decide to do so. So all I have to do is, look, this one's just 12% damage. I'm gonna go and probably select this one, so we'll go ahead and select it, and then we're going to allocate that. And once we get 10 points, we're going to probably go for that additional crit strike rating, or we can get physical damage, but we can't deal elemental damage. But since I plan to scale physical, I think I'm going to go physical crit. These are the 2 ones that I'm kind of got my eye on. But again, feel free to go ahead and view all of them and choose the ones that you want. Now, in addition to leveling up and getting extra talents, because now we're level 2, we will also gain the ability to gain additional skill points on our actual skills. Like right now, we're just using the ability. Let me just get, can I show it off yet? Okay, so Thunder Slash, as I level it up, it'll probably just do more damage. Some of the things may give us extra bonuses. I won't read everything here because I just kind of want to rush and show you guys a introduction to most of the smaller mechanics in the game. Now, Erika actually has something as for trait. Can I like go into that? Let's see. Here we have hero trait. Okay, cool. So we gain Cat's agility for 10 seconds after making 6 meters of movement. Cat's agility effect, we get 20% increased movement speed, and 200% of the decrease in movement speed is also applied to the attack damage. Okay. Oh, increase and decrease in movement speed. So basically what we want to get is as much movement speed as possible. So move speed is giving us attack speed, I believe. On the skill, okay. So while it's active, we get 20% movement speed, and and it says you cannot gain Cat's agility again by moving while Cat's agility is active. Okay, so that's her trait. And we're going to be able to upgrade and get... Okay, we can actually read this now. This is really cool. So this is what makes Erika separate from like playing just any other character in the game. So once we, I believe, hit level 13, we're going to be able to get this one. And when we do multi-strike, we lose all of our stacks over here. We gain 1 stack of stock for every 2 meters of movement. So this character seems like it's all about movement, which, you know, it's a cat. I think that they did a pretty good job on that, but I like that idea. So it's telling us to pick up the items. What's really cool with Torchlight Infinite is you can pretty much pick up items without being right next to them. So it installs the same as equip. So we'll go ahead and see, like, this is, I mean, this doesn't really matter here. It's the same exact item. But it's not always higher damage is better. There are certain things that you may want to look out for. It's more towards the end of the game. But one suggestion and tip I can give you is don't upgrade your gear earlier on via like modifying it. Save your like currency for like the end game, because you're gonna get a lot of gear that you're gonna swap in and out as you progress in the game before you get towards like the end game. We'll go ahead and stutter step. So we'll move and attack. That's kind of like the go-to with Torchlight Infinite as well as other action RPGs. So hit once and then move, and you won't really lose out in DPS. Depending on the skill. There are certain skills that may have like modifiers depending on if you're channeling it for longer durations or other sockets that are modifying the skills. But a lot of the bosses in Torchlight are going to be active, as in when they do this ability, don't stand in the giant puddle of damage. You will get eliminated. Although earlier on it's pretty easy. One little quick suggestion I can give is try to be behind the enemy most of the time. So we just eliminated him. There's a cutscene, but we're here just to give a brief introduction. So go pick up the items. We just leveled up. So we can see that the potion has leveled up. The Thunder Slash is also leveled up. And you just want to click those. Unless you're doing something that requires like a certain mana cost and you're like, oh, I don't really want to use like the mana cost for this, right? And we got another skill point over here for the talent. So we're going to go ahead. And you'll see that in order to get this next set of nodes, we need to put 3 points into this one. I mean, this one's just raw damage, so it's pretty much self-explanatory. It gives you damage. But there are some that you may want to build your character towards. And we just got Leap Slam. Oh, great. So we're going to go ahead and now equip Leap Attack. And we'll be good. All right. But yeah, I've been playing this game since like the earlier stages, and it's cool to see how this game has come along. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and TP to the next area. And sometimes there are like tooltips, but I guess we loaded in so fast we couldn't go. But sometimes the tooltips are actually like good to check out if it's your first time playing. So now we're going to be able to just hold down W, and it's just going to let us hop around. And if you want to, you can make Leap Attack your skill, like, and I wonder if that activates Cat's agility while I'm moving. Does this reactivate it? Oh, it does. Okay, maybe for Erika we just become like this Leap Attack cat, which could be kind of cool. So like I said before, you don't normally in action RPGs you'd have to be right next to, right? But look at that, bam, I can click on. It's a really helpful tool because as you progress the game, what is it B for? Okay, so it's B for bag. Okay, so let's go ahead and install this, and let's see what we got for damage. Earlier on, most of the time, if it has like in the green, you'll see that the text is in the green. That usually means that it's better. Sometimes you'll see that it's in the red. Let's go ahead and equip that one as well. But you see if it's in the red, that means it's bad. But that's not always the case. So earlier on, yes, that's kind of the case. But like right now, I have no belt. So no matter what belt I get, unless it gives me negative stats or I'm doing something weird where I don't want to have HP and I just want to rely on something called Energy Shield, that's an option. To explain what Energy Shield is, it goes on top of your health. And what it will do is it will be used first. But it recharges over time, whereas life you can recover via potions, you can get leech, there's a lot of other things that you can get.
Useless little mouse.
This is the true nature of the world, and the spark is merely a
And also there are some new features for season 2 because I did check out their like little preview, and I'll tell you some of the cooler things. So right now you can see over in the top left we're at 240 FPS, although on YouTube you'll only see 60 because I believe that's YouTube's limit. But there's another thing, when you get enough attack speed, you'll notice some of the VFX can become too much a visual clutter. So one thing that they've done, which is really cool, if I go to, I think it's under graphics over here, we have skill effect brightness. This is a new feature, and you can turn it all the way down if you don't want to deal with the clutter. It really comes down to like your own personal preference. But I know for some people, you know, they don't want those flashing lights. Hey, that's up to you. And we'll see if we can dip into some other mechanics here, because some of the menus, they get unlocked as you progress. But yeah, I think we'll make a build of Erika where we just leap attack. But like I mentioned before, stand behind the enemy most of the time and you'll be a-okay. That guy hit pretty hard. So move and attack. And like, I love her attack speed. She's really strong earlier on. Definitely feel like she's squishy, but that's the trade-off, you know? So that does AoE. So visually, you'll see a lot of the effects in the game. And once you see that there's an area to hit, like the default key, I believe, is D, you'll be able to transport yourself to the next area for the next objective. So we'll grab this over here.
From the horizon. Liv once said this is an omen of something ominous.
Keep on going. So there are basically like waypoints if you played other action RPGs, so you can warp in. And don't worry about killing every single enemy on screen.
I know there are ancient weapons the dwarves used against the dragon by the Agitos before they could even escape.
Like, you don't have to do that. I know some people like to do that, but it's up to you.
In the direction they came from. Let's go over
We're just going towards the next objective here.
Mana.
Alright, so we'll pop our potion for extra mana. Alright, so we'll go ahead and open up this barrel, and there'll be an NPC we can talk to. And then now we have two new things to play around with, two new toys. So let's go ahead and check them out. So we also have a new talent node available, so that's going to be extra damage. But you'll see now that we have 3 points allocated, we can select something else. Now, do I want crit rating? Do I want extra damage? Do I want a chance to bleed and extra physical damage? If I click on bleed, what's really cool with this game is anything in the blue text you can click, because you're like, what's bleed, right? So it's an ailment that may be triggered on hit, dealing physical damage per second for 4 seconds based on base bleed damage. Unable to stack 30% additional reaping duration when reaping bleed damage. Bleed cannot be inflicted when base bleed damage is 0. Okay, so it gives you kind of a brief description on what it is, but there's sometimes more mechanics in other mechanics in this game. So, but right now what I'd probably do, I would probably spec out for damage, and then I would later go into crit, because we would obviously want crit strike multiplier and crit strike chance, because how crit works in most video games is you not only need the crit damage, but you also need the crit chance. And earlier on, it's probably better just to scale like the raw flat damage, because there's just too many things to go ahead and put into where we get like a little bit less value. But we'll get more value later when we have items that can actually have crit chance, crit multi. So one thing that is really nice, you'll see that there's a bunch of enemies, right? If I open up my inventory, will I actually get attacked? And I believe no, unless it's changed. So feel free at any point, because I know sometimes people are trying to put in their skill points and, like, you know, there's enemies attacking them. So you can see this one over here says minus survival. But if I really needed these elemental resistances, 2% is like really low earlier on. But, you know, maybe the resistances is going to be better for your build. Alright, so now that we have extra, we have a skill slot vacant. So you see over on the left side over here, as we progress, we're going to get more energy, and as we get more energy, we're going to be able to put in more modifications to certain skills, which will unlock a little bit later. But we have another skill that we can put in. So what's cool in the shop over here on the left, you see any of these skills. Now, depending on the class, or in this case, what they call the characters or classes are hunters, some of them may unlock earlier than others. So this one's limited to cannons. Oh, I wonder if because I know this theme was all about pirates. I don't know if there's a new pirate class or hunter, but this is pretty cool. It's a rocket jump. That is awesome. Fast reload. Okay, so these are limited to guns. Certain skills may be tied down to a very specific items, which is totally understandable. And I think, does it show? Okay, so I'm pretty sure when it has a little like sword here, that means we can't use it with our current ability, as in maybe our weapon or certain other restrictions. But let's see what else we can get. So we could also get life source. I guess this just restores life over time. So if I want to get an extra heal, we can get flame pillar. This is just a little fire sentry that we can throw down. I actually really like getting these earlier on. So we're going to get this. And I'm going to get flurry of slash. So we're going to go ahead and equip this one as well. We're going to get. And I believe these are 100% free. Like, you don't have to pay for any of these at all. It's just like you just get to try them out, which is really awesome. There are other skills that are like more powerful variants, which you cannot just get like that. So first off, let's go ahead and add the flame pillar. I'm going to install this one. So I have one brand new skill. And our other skill, which was thunder slash, I'm going to swap this. I'm going to change this to flurry of slash. And I'm just going to try out. And I recommend all you guys to try out what you like. Even if I give you guys a build, maybe you just don't like how it interacts. Now you'll see that this becomes grayed out. It doesn't work because it doesn't work for our skill. So we're going to have to change it. So we will uninstall that one, and we're going to see if there's any other ones that we can actually use. Oh no, there's none. Unfortunate. And sometimes that happens. Like, you may not have some that you can put in, but pretty much once we get like, what is it, like level 7, we'll be able to get increased AoE or whatever the case may be. I just want to try out the new skill. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So let's go try out the new skill and see how it works. Oh, it's like a dash. Okay. So it's more of a dash than a skill that we can constantly use. But if I throw this flame pillar down, it's just going to do some damage. But I'm going to go swap out that skill because I didn't know how it worked. And I wanted to find out how it works. So we're going to equip the thunder slash. And then we're also going to see what else we can put in. Right now it's just multi-strike. So, and it tells you how much like increase of damage it gives you. So we'll go ahead and move along, and we have another talent node available. Earlier on, you'll get a bunch of these nodes, but as you progress, it gets harder and harder to level up, as any other action or that you will have. So right now what I'm doing is I'm throwing down my flame pillar, and then I'm just going to go ahead and attack.
The dwarves call this place the ancient battleground. Although
so we have another upgrade on our potion.
Been erased by the passage of thousands of years.
He's going to repair this bridge while we go ahead and defend him for a little bit. So yeah, we'll just throw down the flame pillar. Get some extra damage. Okay. Eliminate this enemy over here.
Torchlight, the bridge has been repaired.
So repair the bridge, and we will keep on going.
Stop you from giving your lives away.
Well, one thing that I really like with Flame Pillar is I like just throwing it and moving, so it just kind of kills the enemies as I'm progressing, because there's a lot of walking in the campaign earlier on, and this allows me to still get XP while not having to stop. It's just kind of more efficient to just throw down a pillar. But some areas you can't not just walk by, like we have to kill this guy to progress in the game. Try to go behind him. He's gone. I don't think I have. Ooh, I think our first claws, because I think that's what Erika's supposed to like kind of wield. Oh, now we get to select what's going on. Don't worry too much about it. So this is modifications to like our potion. So we can get emergency restoration, which restores more, I believe, when you're like low, and then there's instant restoration, but I believe you lose some of the effectiveness, but it's like an instant recovery. If that makes sense, because how it works is when you pop a potion, it heals or gives you the resource over time, because that also includes mana. And this one also, it's minus 20% skill restoration effect for the supported skill, but the restoration effect from supported skills cannot be removed. I don't know if that's really necessary. I don't know if there's any enemies that like remove like your heal over time, but that might be a modifier that you'd consider. For me, it really doesn't matter too much which one we select, so we'll just select this one. But if I want to, let's see if we have a modification. Okay, we can put something in here. We can put emergency restoration. So this one restores, I think, more at low. And if I want to install that, sure, I can do that. And then this one, you can see there's an upgrade over here. Where is it? Oh, I think we can just do it via this. And then we have another node over here. So we already got the damage one. There's crit strike rating or chance to bleed. And if we get more chance to bleed, so I can put 3 points into this one. So that's 12% at 4% each. So 20% chance to bleed, or I can get extra crit right now. That's kind of our options. This one we already put 1 point in. We can only put 1 point in. I actually kind of want to get more like life on my character. Restores 8 mana on crit. Oh, mana on crit would be really nice. So, like I said before, I kind of wanted to do some sort of crit variant on her. And then we'll also open up our inventory. So B is to open up our inventory. And another like quick little tip for beginners here is that the N over here lets you know that it's a brand new item. So it lets you see, oh, okay, this is something we just got. Ooh, I kind of want this. Only because I feel like this is like lore accurate. You cannot use this skill. Oh, well, right now that's all I got. So we'll go ahead and just equip that. And we have a chance for bleed. So reading is actually important. So if I want to know what bleed is, I've already showed you guys what bleed does. What's paralysis? So it increases damage taken by an additional 10%. So we have a 2% chance to get 10% more damage. I guess we just go for bleed right now since I've already got another item that has bleed. Now if I want to scale bleed, it's already on our current skill tree for our talents. Now remember, how there was a bunch to select from. We're not only locked into just one. Like right now we selected God of War. At 21 we get another one, and at 45 we get another one. And we can actually modify our character, and feel free to swap in and out your different talents as you progress in the game. Maybe you don't like it. Maybe like for whatever reason you're like, you know, I want to try doing cold damage, or I want to do fire damage. Hey, that's really cool. Feel free to respec. I believe you can respec up until like 70 is I believe the number, and it doesn't really cost anything. But anyways, hopefully this little beginner's guide helped you guys out. We're almost like half an hour in here, but we'll be dropping more videos on Torchlight Infinite very soon. We actually haven't even seen the new league mechanic, but that will be something that may come later. How it works is I think you just kill a bunch of enemies, and then you'll get basically like a little crystal, and once we collect enough crystals, we can do like this giant boss. So there's going to be even more challenging content later down the line. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on the brand new season. So far, for me, I really like the character. That's all we've really checked out in this video is the brand new character. There is a new league mechanic, but it might be introduced later because it's more challenging, obviously. Big shouts for Torchlight Infinite for sponsoring this video. I mean, I've already been playing this game for a long time, and I wanted to check out the season anyways, but we'll be streaming over on Twitch as well, so if you guys want to go there, or if you're brand new here and do want to see more Torchlight Infinite content and you're new, make sure you guys just subbed with the bell notification, and you'll definitely see more on the channel very soon. In fact, we're going to probably just end up continuing our playthrough here, but there's like the first 30 minutes and an introduction to Torchlight Infinite for the brand new BlackSail season with the new cat girl, Erika, which I'm super excited about. Anyways, take care, and I'll see you on the next video. And if you guys do want to download the game, check out the link over in the pinned comment. It's completely free. Anyways, catch you on the next video. Peace.